Hello my darlings and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm back and I've got some explaining to do. Where have I been? What's been going on? And what have I got planned for this channel in 2020? Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I'm back. Thank you. And I'm planning on sticking around. So if you haven't already, become a member of the house and subscribe to the channel. I haven't figured out an uploading schedule yet, so it would be prudent to ring that bell as well, just to get things ready for when I do upload. So there are three main things that stopped uploads on this channel. I'm going to go over all of them in this video, and if you're interested to find out why I've been gone so long, then keep on watching. So the first massive change that I had in the end of 2019 was a change to my work life. We got a new department put in at work, and that was the beauty department. So I decided, let's move from customer service to the beauty department because it's something that I love to do and something that I know I can do. I moved over, I helped set up the department, we got everything running, then Christmas hit, and that was just... Christmas in retail is always just a bit manic. So we got through that. Then we got through New Year's because that was a whole other story. And then we're at the point now where everything is just flowing normally, and we've really got into our stride on that department, which is good. It's good. We're now comfortable and things are becoming a lot easier to do day to day. So when I took that job, I increased my contract from a normal 4-day week up to a 5-day week. That doesn't sound like much of an increase, but because my days off weren't together, they were at separate times in the week. That meant that I didn't have 2 days off consecutively and I didn't have a weekend. So we looked into what was going on, and as soon as I had changed that contract, my YouTube creation and my creativity flatlined. Nothing came out, which was such a shame, because now that I'm doing it again for you guys, I am finding the spark and the love that I had right at the beginning. And it's such a shame to look back and see that I lost that. I lost it for 5 months. That is a long time. So we've looked at the scheduling. I'm changing it again. I'm going back down to 4 days instead of 5. I've then got 2 days off consecutively and then a separate day later on. So that means I have a filming day, a editing day, and then a social day, which will fit perfectly with what I want to do. Next, we had a little bit of the creativity slump. It just stopped, to be honest, because I was looking so much at work and I was investing so much of my time into getting things ready for work, worrying the next day what was going to happen with the department. I'm off tomorrow, so do people know what they're doing? All of this, yada, yada, yada. It's almost as if that department was my child. So I implemented it with the help of the rest of my team. We then molded how we wanted it to be and how it worked in the store. And then when I left it alone with other people, then I felt scared. I was like, oh my God, what happens if they do this? What happens if this messes up? When conceivably none of this would have happened. And I can see that now, but right at the beginning, I was getting really worried that it was all my responsibility and that I was the main figurehead for this department. In reality, I have a team with me and they are more than capable of doing what they should do on a day, which is fabulous, and I love them all dearly. They are wonderful people and they're really nice, they're talkative. I couldn't have somebody on my department who wasn't talkative, let's be completely honest, because look at me, listen to my tangents. A work day would just be boring and slow. So we've changed the hours, we've put them down. I've got my days for YouTube now because I really want to be putting back into the creativity, and when you hit that slump, it's hard to get back up. But I've had ideas written down for ages, since the beginning. So before I did the videos right at the very start, I have a list of about 100 ideas for videos which I can do. It's not the lack of ideas, it's just the oomph to get them executed and get them uploaded and get the content out there. That completely flatlined because I was coming home of an evening, shattered. Then I would have to go to bed because I'd be getting up early the next morning. So there was no time for me to set up a bunch of cameras and just do what I love, which is the content creation. Setting stuff up is another thing. So in here, I've got 2 soft boxes here and here. Then I've got a ring light there. And then you guys are here in the camera on a tripod with a little wire that comes all the way to here. And I've got my microphone here. Then I've got the background, and it all needs to be set up. It all needs to be done in a certain way so that it works for this YouTube channel, and I want it to look professional, but at the same time a bit informal. That's how I've always wanted this. Getting home every day and then on the day off going, oh, I think I'll do some filming. It would take at least half an hour to get every light set up in the way that I wanted it to. Then I'd have to do test shoots to see if the lighting was correct, to see if the color gamma was right. Then I would have to test if the audio levels were right. And it was just palaver, absolute palaver. But now I asked my brother if I could use his room while he's at uni, and he's graciously allowed it. Thank you, Ilya. And I am now sat in my makeshift studio right now. I've got my lights up, I've got my camera, it's permanently all set up. It's on a special mains, so when I flick one switch, the whole lot comes on. It's like the Blackpool illuminations, it really is. And then normally in my room, there would be about this much gap between me and the background because I'm so squished up. But now, I can't even touch the background and I can't even touch the camera when I'm stretching. It is just, it's a godsend, and it really helps towards getting the content out there because I don't have to worry about taking that half an hour out of filming time to get this lot set up. The creativity is back. The setup is easier and permanent right now, so I don't have to worry about that. The hours of my job have changed, and I do have everything that I need to get this content out there. The third thing that happened was that I had a Mac mishap. Now, I edit all my videos on my MacBook Pro. I've had this MacBook Pro since the beginning of university, and that was, how long ago was that? That's coming up 4.5 years, maybe? Yeah, 4.5 years. I've had this MacBook Pro since the beginning, and I've never had problems with it. It survived all of uni. It was an incredible machine. It still is. And I do all my editing on it because it's easier and I like how it feels. I do have a desktop computer as well, and I do use Premiere. I moved from iMovie to Premiere because it offered more functionality. I should be using it on a Windows machine, but me being a die-hard Apple fan, I need the Mac OS and I need the ecosystem, and that's just how it works. So that doesn't actually matter, Dana. So I have my MacBook folded down. I never turn my MacBook off. I just fold the lid down, put it on standby, put it to the side of me by my bed, next to my bedside table, and then I pick it up as and when I want to use it. One night, just after Christmas, I was waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning. So imagine me in bed, all snuggled up. I wake up, I lean over to grab my drink that's on my bedside table. We'll say that my cup of tea is my drink. So I grab my drink, I grab my straw, have a little slurp. Now, I have a straw in it because if I'm lying down and tipping a glass up, it's just asking for trouble. But that didn't stop it. I take my slurp, I then put my cup back down, I put it on the coaster. It's half on, half off the coaster. Me in my dazed state at 3 a.m. does not realize the cup falls down. When I tell you this went in slow motion. The cup came crashing down. All of this litre of squash, apple and blackcurrant double concentrated, because that's the only squash I will accept apart from pink grapefruit and barley, because that one is a winner as well. So it splashes down, goes all down. 2 D&D books, which are expensive on their own, then my notebook, my MacBook itself, straight into the CD drive, and all I hear is the sound of a friggin' carnival. I hear popping, I hear splattering like a zzz, nothing. I pick my MacBook up and I'm like, oh my god, we need to dry this, we need to dry this. I don't like putting my stuff in rice because I find that the dust off the rice will get into the components of the thing that you're putting in there, so it's just, you're just putting dust into the system, and I don't like that. So we have a dehumidifier. I wiped off the excess all over it. I put it in front of the dehumidifier on the maximum setting, and I left it for a day to dry out. We grab the MagSafe and we pop it into the connector. The connector then doesn't look like it's working, and I'm like, oh god, I've got a broken MagSafe connector. That's going to cost me 25 quid to replace the block. Oh, so you look at it and you cup your hands around and you look into it and you see that the MagSafe light is a really pale green. I'm like, okay, so it still is kind of getting power, but it's not getting all of it. That's a bit odd. I might have to book this in to the Mac store, because this might be more than just a little splash. So I book it into a Mac store in London because I'm thinking, okay, London, quick turnaround. They can just get it done on that day. I can have it back. I can then start content creation in the new year. If only it were that simple. We go to the Mac store, the iStore, whatever you want to call it. We walk in, we go up to the Genius bar. I say, hello, my MacBook is dead. I am carrying a very expensive paperweight right now and I need it fixed, please. I don't know what the problem is. I did spill liquid on it, so it may be liquid damaged, and I just want to know what you can do to fix it. So the man tries everything with the power connectors. It does the same thing. He then takes it away to unscrew it all and look at the back of the system. When I tell you he came back looking like something had just died, he walked up to me and I was like, so what's the verdict? How much is this going to cost me and how quickly can I get it back? He just shook his head and was like, it's dead. Then you're going to need a new logic board. And I was like, a new what? A new logic board. And bearing in mind the logic board is the motherboard of this computer, and a motherboard is the main thing that you need for a computer. It's the central nervous system. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh god, this is going to be expensive, maybe 200 odd quid. He shows me how much it will cost. Parts, labour, VAT, £469.20, I think it was. I say, I don't have that money and it's not under insurance, but I need this back. So then we went through all of the options of buying a brand new Mac and seeing how much that would cost. If I bought a 2019 MacBook Pro with the same spec that I have in my Mac Pro now, it would have cost me 2.5 grand. No. I haven't even got the 469 quid that you want. I do not have £2,000, and I'm not getting it out on finance because finance is just a no-go for me. It's not happening. I take it home And my mum's there and she's like, how did it go? And I'm like, it's dead. It's absolutely dead. There is nothing we can do. And it's going to cost me £470 to get it fixed. So that's not happening right now. Maybe I can save up over the next coming months and then we can get it fixed. Fabulous. That was the end of the story. I was then coming to the grips with the fact that I would have to be using my desktop computer. And I know it sounds like such a ridiculous thing to say, but my productivity and my love with a MacBook is just a lot better than my love for a Windows PC and a desktop configuration. I just prefer the portability and being able to move it around and being able to just plug in and that's it. Everything's on, ready to go. So the other option that we had was contents insurance. Now, this is a really good thing to note. If you don't have the Apple insurance on your MacBook or your iPhone or anything like that, and it's out of warranty, check your contents insurance. My parents, being the saints that they are, have extended accidental cover on everything, because as children, me and my brother would tear around the house and we were always surrounded by quite expensive technology. So something was just bound to break, and a couple of times it did. Some of them my fault, but we won't go into that. The extended accidental cover covered stuff that could be taken out of the house, and it covered technology. There's me looking at this insurance and I'm like, oh my goodness, I might have another hope. I might be able to get this fixed. I ring up the insurance company and I'm like, hiya, I'd like to make a claim. You're gonna laugh at me, but I spilled squash on my MacBook Pro and I need the logic board replaced. We've gone to the Apple store, they've confirmed that's the problem. And when you looked at the logic board in the Apple store, it was just a mess, an absolute mess. I had 6 or 7 chips that had exploded. That was what the popping and the crackling was. It was these chips exploding in my MacBook Pro, and it was just covered in crap and stickiness, and it was vile to look at. And she was like, okay, I'll just check if your policy covers that. 2 minutes of being on hold later, she comes back. It looks like you've got the extended accidental damage, so this should cover you. Okay, how much did they say it was? And I was like, £469.20. And they were like, okay, you will have to pay a £50 excess. Hello. £50 to fix my MacBook Pro. Yes, sign me up. Where is the dotted line, Barbara? Where's the dotted line? I will do that. That's fine. That's completely fine with me. Would you like it sent via check or via bank transfer? Bank transfer. That sounds fabulous. I can get this done straight away. I can walk into the Apple store. They can get it done in about 2 days. Flat, done, excellent. We finished the conversation. I say, have a lovely day. It was wonderful speaking to you, and you've really helped me out, because it's just nice to be nice to the phone operator. Like, they may have had a couple of customers who were really rubbish to them, and then if you have that really nice person, then that just lifts their spirits and make them feel so much better. So it's always good to do that. I put the phone down. I'm like, Mum, I can get it fixed. I need to book in an appointment. I book in an appointment to go to an Apple store. The ones in London, no appointments for about a week. I'm like, I've just got authorization that I can have this money. Can I just get it to a store, please? Can I get it done? So then I book in for Bluewater, which is a huge shopping centre, about half an hour's drive from me on a good day. I'm like, right, I need someone to take me there. Mum can't do it because she's working up until the early evening, so there's no point in doing that. And she's tired after she gets back. I understand that, because this is why I'm taking my contract down by a day. Then I ask one of my good friends, James, to take me, and I'm like, we need to go to the Apple store and it's a shopping centre. Let's go shopping. Yes. we get in the car, we go to the Apple store, I walk in, I say, hello, I've booked in to see a genius about my MacBook. And they're like, okay, yeah, just wait over on that little table in the back corner, out of the way. And I'm like, okay. So I'm holding my baby and I go up and I sit on the table, and in the iStore, they've got these sockets in their tables, but you can't see the sockets. And they do this on the table. They literally go, and then these sockets, they just kind of raise up out of the table and then they plug everything in. I was just hooked. There's me sitting with an oversized paperweight on the desk going like this. And looking at these sockets go up and down, up and down, up and down. I must have looked absolutely insane. This person comes over, they tell me, right, what can I help you with? I need this logic board replaced. I know how much it costs. Just book it in, please. How long will it take? Oh, we have a quick turnaround of about 7 days. 7 days. 7 days. That's fine. At least it's getting fixed. Let's get it done. Send it off. Go around. Go into Primark. Grab some more makeup, because that's what I go into Primark for nowadays. Go home, wait for the email. I get that a couple of days, not a couple of days, it is 7 days on the dot that I get this email. Come in, your MacBook is fixed. I go in, my friend Becca takes me this time because Miss James was a little bit busy. And then I get there, I walk in, and my goodness, when I tell you it was like Christmas Day, seeing my MacBook come out all fully cleaned, new logic board, beautiful. It looked friggin' brand new. It was gorgeous, but for that 460 odd pounds, of course it would look brand new. I turn it on and I look at my icon and I forget that my icon is, imagine a circle like this. My face is in the bottom corner like this. And I've got bleach blonde hair that's in these kind of curtains. So I obviously took this photo as a joke in uni, and this icon pops up and the genius guy who's standing next to me just goes, oh. And I'm like, typing my password in, trying to get it done and out the way and just load quick. So it loads up, and then I'm thinking, oh no, my background is normally Philip Schofield, because there's a video of Philip Schofield drinking some coffee and he slurps it and then he goes, and it is the funniest video you will ever see in your life. And I took a screenshot of him like this and I have it as my desktop background, and it was just, I was waiting for that to pop up as well, and then the guy to be like, this man is a creep, what is he doing? It didn't. It came up with a High Sierra background, thank God. But like, my God, the stress of having a broken MacBook is just too much. I got it back. It's home now. It's working. I have everything I need. And as a bonus, I have a video that I filmed pre-Halloween still on the computer. I have all of the footage saved. That will probably be pushed down to Halloween because it was a Halloween themed video. I'll just do some final cuts and some final edits, and then we'll put that up. Stay tuned for that. But that is it. That is a good old storytime life update. It's been a lot. From the changes in my job to the changes in my creativity to the whole MacBook fiasco. It has just been, it was a year. 2019 was a year, girls. And I'm so glad that we're on 2020 and we're starting anew. Moving into 2020, what am I planning to do? I would love to grow this YouTube channel, get more members of the house to pop on by and subscribe. So if you can subscribe, if you're not already, like the video and share it with your friends. That would be really, really helpful. It helps grow my audience and it helps bring more people in to this mess. And who doesn't want to watch a video of me stressing over a MacBook Pro while putting on a little bit of mascara? Come on, girls. That sounds like premium content right there. Next, I would like to work more on YouTube than my job itself. I want my YouTube to take precedent. The more people I can get, the more chance I have of monetizing this and then decreasing my hours again at work. I really want to tip the scale from a normal day job to content creation, because content creation is what I love and what I just absolutely thrive doing. Then this is end goal kind of stuff. I really want to build a brand. I want to bring out products for people to use that they want to put in their staple everyday makeup routine, that's easy, that's simple, that's affordable, but still giving you that premium look and feel that we all look for nowadays. The packaging on the products is going to look phenomenal. I have already done logo designs and I'm already looking at the legal side of getting things ready, looking at labs to get things put out there. It's all very exciting. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of research, but it will start paying off. To create a brand doesn't just happen overnight, and it isn't cheap. Lord knows it's not cheap. So I need to get everything going with YouTube. I need to get money coming in from my job. I need to get everything saved, and then I need to get everything invested into this end goal, this brand and the company. That's what I need. We have so much planned, and I've got content coming out my ears. I've still got those 100 video ideas, and some of them are absolutely hilarious. Others of them are more info and more of a transformation, which I love doing anyway. 2020 looks like it's going to be an incredible year, not just for me, but for everybody else who is involved in this. In the House of Freeman, everyone who's involved, it will be a very exciting time. And I hope you'll stick around to watch me grow, watch me change as a person as I move from more of a content creator to a business owner, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much for joining me today. It has been a delight. I'm sorry if this video is quite long, but you know I like a good natter. I love to chat and I could do it all day long. The editing for this video is going to be it's going to be a job on its own, because I know I'm going to be like, Dana, why did you go on a tangent about that? Why did you mention that for the 5th time in this one video? People don't need to know that. But Dana, when you're watching this and you're editing it, it'll be fine. The content is here. Finally, let's get the ball rolling. Let's get into the full growth and development of the House of Freeman. But for now, take care and stay tuned.